Some of you may know me, some of you may not, that doesn't matter. Basically, I've been a doorman or a bouncer or whatever you want to call us for the last 15 years. I've been ops managers, I've been head doorman, I've been an owner of a company, like, I've done it all. But today was a bit of an eye-opener for me, because over in and around the 15 years I'm doing this, I've seen a lot of changes. But one thing that I have not seen change is the way door staff have been treated. Like, we're in the middle of silly season now, and I can only imagine how many of you out there have had a slap or some prick in your face and spitting at you or whatever. My main rant here tonight, and my issue that I want to make aware to most of you, is the risk of doing this job. Yeah, we can get bottled, stabbed, shot, spat at, bricked, punched around the place, whatever. They're pretty big risks. But what about the risks that aren't talked about, as in the criminal end of things? The reason I'm bringing this to you is because over the last couple of years, I've had this couple of court cases hanging over me, where in one of these court cases I was found not guilty, and the other court case I was convicted of a Section 2 assault. And I appealed it straight away because I got a suspended sentence for doing my job. I removed the customer after being asked by a member of staff to remove the customer. I removed the customer, and no injuries, no harm, no nothing. I felt through the whole process of this that door staff have, not only do we get crap pay, crap hours, abused at work, we just don't get made aware of the crimes and that, like, and this goes back to being a train, like, it comes from the trainers. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some great fucking trainers out there, but there's also lads out there, that trainers, or male or female, that have never stood on the door and teaching us how to do this. Like, I see lads working for €10 an hour doing this. That's not right. Lads working one-man doors. What chances have one doorman got against fucking 12 lads that are kicking off in the bar? None. But the main rant is the consequences, the section, like the law end of things. Like, a lot of these young lads are coming into the store thinking they're protected, and they're not. You will end up, like, if you fuck up, you will end up with a court appearance where you're looking at either jail time, a fine, or community services. You know, community service or some shit like that for doing this job. There are no protection laws for any door staff or retail staff. They've got their own problems with wrongful arrests and everything, but the doors, with discrimination and everything. So my advice is, before you get into this job, or even if you're in this job, look at the law, look at what we are allowed to do, because before you know it, like, you'll end up like me, standing there going, after 15 years of doing the doors, what the fuck am I going to do if I lose my license less than a week before Christmas? Just keep, if you're removing somebody from the premises, make sure your ass is clean. You've got your house in order. Make sure you're in the right, because you one fuck up. There are certain companies out there that will stick by you and whatever, but there's a lot of them that will just turn their back from you. You're a number in this game. You're a badge number. That's it. And if you're thinking about getting into this game, being a bouncer, a fantastic doorman, which it's not, by the way, but if you're thinking about it, make sure you have all the information. Make sure you know what you're doing. Like, I can see what I call bozo security, a lot of bozo security, and it's not the company's fault. It's not the company's fault. The companies are just looking for lads with licenses. Something needs to be done. The PSA are meant to be there regulating us. Now, they're doing their job. They hounded me constantly. They're on top of their ball. I sent my appeal in and I had to update them, but they're just doing their job, you know. They're just making sure that they're, you know, keeping criminals and whatever. But they need to seriously wake up. Now, I know they've got their appeal system and you can go in and appeal and talk to them. And I'm sure if that ever comes, that I will appeal it and whatever. But at the moment, I won the appeal and I'm squeaky clean. So I get to keep my licence, so I'm delighted. But it's just a warning, you know. Look after yourselves. Make sure it's a job, and it's a prick of a job. But it has its moments. It's in the middle of silly season now, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of fucking trouble and plenty of doors. So just make sure if you're taking somebody out, make sure you're in the right. Because trust me, 3 or 4 years of torture, it's not worth it. It's really not.